Mafia 1 is a 2002 open world action game, one of the earliest in this genre. Though it came out after GTA 3 and was frequently compared to it, it was really set out to do something very different and deliver a very unique experience for the time. Mafia takes place in the early 1930s in a city called Lost Heaven. The storyline is equal parts of Godfather and Goodfellas. It's an extremely long and extremely challenging. A few missions can take 1,000 of attempts to complete. The developers went to a great effort to try and replicate the time period in almost a sim-like way. The police stop you for speeding out or running red lights. Cars accelerate very slowly and spin out very easily. It's often hard for one to even clear a hill. They went to great pains to reconstruct period-friendly cars from the era, and this really shows in the game. It was a decade prior to LMR doing much the same thing. Guns also have lots of recoil, and the main automatic weapons you have access to the controls like a rabbit animal when you try to spray it. This is what makes Mafia very unique to me as a game. Most modern games that are set in different historic eras just treat it like an aesthetic of a skin. Mafia tries to accurately, even if it means it needs to inconvenience the player, and I wish more games try to be more like Mafia and less like GTA 3. Now, this game was very realistic for its time. It introduced a lot of new mechanics to a video game, and overall it was seen as one of the most realistic games of its time. Overall, it was seen as one of the most interesting and most related games to Mafia scene, like Godfather or Goodfellas. So this is what made Mafia 1 one of the best games ever released, and the following years we will see some more action from Mafia according to their developers. 2010 is the year that we got Mafia 2. After many delays, and Mafia is upon us and ushering in a new era of wise guys and made men. If you've been waiting for this one, there's good news. The game is very fucking awesome. Having shootouts in the bar while bottles explode and glass fires, finding a map, hacking your friends to death, and going to brothels are all the great times. As Vito Scaletta, a young Italian who returns from World War II to find his mother and sister on the hook to a loan shark. Like any gangster in a gangster movie, Vito decides he doesn't want to sub-bar life of the slums and goes down the organized crime route to make some cash. You'll be with Vito as he whacks dudes, steals cars, and tries to sell lots of snazzy suits. All of this going to Empire Bay, a New York escalated town packed with people, cops, cars, and collectible Playboy magazines. Now at the first glance, Empire Bay looks like an open world. One teaming missions request for you to take Vito on. Badly, it wasn't an open world game because the story was very linear and it had an ending that blew a lot of people's heads off. Now, this means that Mafia 2 was somehow inferior to Mafia 1 because Mafia 1 did offer open world gameplay and Mafia 2, well, to some extent it didn't. But the game was very awesome. The graphics were very detailed for the times, the characters were memorable, and let's not forget about the shooting. The shooting was great, and the effects that Nvidia managed to get on this game is just simply mind-blowing. The story was short, and this is where Mafia 2 starts to become annoying because you have to pay for DLCs in order to get more out of the game. Now the DLCs were great, but I think they should have been in the game in the first place, not as DLCs but as a continuation to the storyline. This is where Mafia 2 didn't amaze me. The introduction of DLCs was very bad for the game, but still they managed to deliver great DLCs and the story was somehow completed. "2016 was the year when Mafia 3 got released, and I just have to say that the music was great and the representation of New Bordeaux is gorgeous, and the period-up haunted Russian tension is respectfully replicated, and Mafia 3 story is told via some of the most convincingly acted out of cutscene I've ever seen. But even though it has a great story, the repetition of this game just makes it very boring. I mean, the 12 or 13 missions that you have after defeating, the main area that you conquer, Those are the story types. The rest is just repetitive bullshit that you have to do in order to advance to the story, and it is very boring to do the same thing over and over and over again 9 times each just to get to see the ending. Mafia 2 lacked open world, but Mafia 3 fixed that with its open world. But still, the story had an interesting ending, well, more endings if you want to say so, but still it managed to deliver a great story nonetheless. And as I said, repetition in this game, it's what makes the game very boring at all. I mean, the story was great, but it was shorter when you compare it to Mafia 2, because the repetition of Mafia 3, it's not taken as a story element, it's just, you know, side quests. And the part where you have more people to join your crew, like Vito from Mafia 2, was a great addition to Mafia 2 fans, but still, the story was different from Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. It wasn't so gangster-like, not some, you know, not without those Goodfellas and Godfather vibes. It was more like your cold killer who wanted revenge. It was not really worth it to call it a Mafia game, but it's still a Mafia game after all. And we can see that the new developers, Sanger 13, really did their best to deliver a great Mafia game, and even though it has a lot of repetition, it's still a great game with some interesting side quests. Now, the way it was released was not so great, at least for a PC gamer. I'm a PC gamer, and when I saw that it was framed like the 30 frames per second and very badly made for the PC, it just was not good for me. I mean, I still played the game twice, but still it lacked a lot of stuff that should have been in the game, that I hoped it was going to be in the game. So yes, this was Mafia 3. Mafia 4. Now it's 2018 and we haven't seen anything related to Mafia 4. Is Mafia 4 in production? Is it going to be released sometimes in the future? We don't know yet. It was cool to tell you guys how these other Mafia titles were made and how great they were, but still we're waiting for Mafia 4, so when it's going to be released we don't know yet, and I just hope it goes to its roots from Mafia 2 and has the open world that Mafia 3 has. So this has been the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it, share this video to your friends, and if you want, you can follow me on IG. We can speak there via DMs. It's great to speak with you every once in a while. So yes, this has been the end of the video. I'm Aaron, and I'll see you at my other videos. Have a good one, fams.
Romanian motherfucking Latino, Romanian motherfucking Latino, fresh as a motherfucking G.O. Fresh dope boy with a kilo, eyes bleed in my smoke, yo. I'm kicking pussy like Dojo, low key and no low, but bring it down like rain, yo.
Now, slow it down.